A life cut short after a heinous crime. Police say by a man she only just met.
He took away the biggest part of our lives. I mean, she really was. She was the glue that kept us all together.
Tonight, friends and family gather to remember her at a spot she loved so much.
Smoky sky and storms, plus will we ever cool down? I've got those details coming up.
So it's been kind of shielding Utah.
Plus, as fires rage in California, we find out why Utah skies got so smoky today.
An empty arena in downtown Salt Lake as the Utah Jazz are winning games in Orlando.
It would be much, much busier than it is today, unfortunately.
But some local business owners are losing the impact of the NBA playoff bubble.
We're doing everything we can, everything, to keep it going.
And the show must go on. How one choir teacher is bringing music back to the hallways of his high school.
Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
First on Fox 13, friends and family gathered at a park in Riverdale tonight to honor the life of 34-year-old Shiloh Stewart. Kelly?
Bob, Shiloh was stabbed and thrown out of her car on I-15 in Farmington last Sunday by a man she had just met that day and was giving him a ride. Fox 13's Adam Herbetz is in Riverdale after speaking to her family. Adam.
Yeah, Bob, Kelly, the suspect was in court today, but this gathering was not about him. It was about Shiloh. Family members say this was her favorite spot, and they already miss her. The number of rose petals, balloons, and messages of love and support are a testament to how many people loved and miss Shiloh Stewart.
I still don't believe it. I know she's gone. I've seen her in heaven in my dreams.
She was wonderful and beautiful, and she was nice to my daddy, and they used to swim together.
The Davis County Sheriff's Office arrested this man, 18-year-old Oscar Cuevas Landa. Investigators say Shiloh had just met him and was giving him a ride when he attacked her and pushed her body out onto the freeway.
She got stabbed and she passed away.
I just know that she was giving him a ride, and she looked at him and he got mad and he took her life. I don't know how that kid feels.
Right.
But I hope he feels it every day for the rest of his life.
I want to seek the death penalty myself. I'm not sure how everybody else feels, but he took away the biggest part of our lives. I mean, she really was. She was the glue that kept us all together.
But the suspect has nothing to do with why so many people came by to share their support. They say, unfortunately, the story adds up. Shiloh was the type of woman who would help anyone.
One Christmas, I didn't have any money, and I didn't have any presents for my daughter, and Shiloh gave me $100.
You need to apologize to my mother. Taking away her daughter, taking away my sister. She was my life, my soulmate, my best friend.
Police say the suspect confessed, telling them that he was high on LSD and marijuana. He's now facing a first-degree murder charge and an aggravated assault charge. If you'd like to help donate for funeral expenses for the family of Shiloh, we'll have a link in a few minutes on our Fox 13 Facebook page. We're live in Riverdale. Adam Herbetz, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Such a sad story, Adam. Thank you. Today, the Utah Department of Health said they will now start reporting the number of COVID-19 outbreaks in a school. Today, that number is 13. Now, that does not necessarily mean 13 schools. However, it does mean 13 outbreaks. And an outbreak is defined as 2 or more people in a class of 15 students or 10% of the student body. Right now, there are 66 cases tied to schools. The median age of those cases is 18.5, meaning about half of them are children and the other half are adults.
463 new COVID-19 cases in Utah today. That's up again, but the rolling 7-day average remains below 400. The positivity rate is 8.9%, up a tenth from yesterday. Experts say a 3% positivity rate would indicate the virus is under control. 2 more people have sadly died, both Salt Lake County men who were in hospitals at the time.
New tonight, a number of students that just recently moved into dorms at the University of Utah have tested positive for COVID-19. A university spokesperson tells Fox 13 News that about a dozen students with the virus moved in this week. So far, 2,600 of the 3,500 students moving in have been tested. The university expects to have a final count after move-in is complete come Monday. Students that do have the virus are now being required to quarantine for at least 14 days.
Wildfires continued to burn in Utah tonight. The Cowboy Fire in Sevier County has grown to 435 acres. It is 15% contained and may continue to spread as crews try to establish a containment line. And a fire near the Dixie National Forest has consumed 41 acres and is not contained. The Gardner Fire is human-caused, but crews aren't sure exactly what caused the fire. They say structures are threatened at the Pine Valley Campground, and because of the remote location, crews are being flown in to fight this fire.
And those are just two of the fires adding to the smoke that is blanketing Utah tonight. Coming from California, a lot of that smoke, Allison, which is so interesting because you think of California being so far away, but man, how that smoke can travel.
But once it gets with those upper levels and then we start seeing that air really just shuffling it, it's all the way up into Idaho and Wyoming and here in Utah and even over into Colorado. As far as our air quality goes, most air right now for the Wasatch Front somewhere between unhealthy for sensitive groups and just unhealthy across the board. So that's what you're seeing for all of these oranges and red dots. Southern Utah, you're more moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups, but it really is not ideal. And that's where we're seeing our thickest smoke here across northern Utah. So there's a lot of fires. I think most of the smoke that we're seeing, though, is coming in from California, impacting Nevada, and as I mentioned, Idaho, Wyoming, and over into Colorado. So most of our state right now, what has changed since we last met during the 5 o'clock hour is most of our state has moderate smoke now, but we still have that heavy smoke now here across northern Utah. So we'll continue with the smoke through the next couple of days. It is making for some pretty sunsets, though. Beautiful picture from Scott Taylor of a smoky sunset over the Great Salt Lake. So thank you so much for that picture. Temperatures right now on this Friday night, about 85 to 95 degrees. So feels pretty decent outside right now, especially now that it's dark outside. But what about the rest of the weekend? Let's talk about that and more specific air quality coming up in a little bit.
All right, Allison, along with that forecast, as you know, wildfires have raged in California for days now, but we want to dig a little deeper. Why is our air here in northern Utah so smoky, and how can the smoke patterns help people on the front line? Fox 13's Max Roth spoke with one Utah professor trying to help people fighting the fires hundreds of miles away.
Derek Malya is a research professor of atmospheric sciences at the U, building a model to show where fires themselves and the smoke they create will go. California is suffering the most. Lightning sparked fires eating up almost 500,000 acres so far, destroying more than 500 homes, more than 70,000 people evacuated, and at least 4 people dead. Professor Derek Malya wants to help firefighters on the ground.
It's a model that can actually forecast fire growth.
This map shows wildfires across the West. The red dots are the biggest, then the blue, then the black. And you see Utah's directly west of most of the big fires. Malya's computer model can also help predict the dangerous secondary threat, the one that just obscured the sun over much of Utah.
We can make a forecast on what the smoke will look like the next day. Will it be really smoky? Will it be no smoke? Our model has the ability of kind of predicting that.
Smoke looks like a cloud, but it's really an intruder, particulates pushing into weather patterns, and sometimes they push back. That's what helped us until this day.
But what this high pressure system has been doing is it's been deflecting the smoke up into Idaho and up around Wyoming and down back into Denver. And so it's been kind of shielding Utah.
In other words, that string of triple-digit days kind of helped.
If you look at the satellite image for today, you can see that that ridge is no longer kind of in place, or that high pressure system is no longer here. And so this has kind of allowed the smoke to kind of filter in now.
Malya has also published research looking at the difference between wildfires in forests and grasslands, also to predict fire behavior and the extent and the spread of smoke. In the newsroom, Max Roth, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Several people accused of vandalism at the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office no longer face the possibility of life in prison if they're convicted. The special prosecutor appointed to handle the cases filed amended charges against 8 accused protesters today. Defense attorneys and some public leaders, including Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall, called the original charges excessive.
A man accused of shooting and killing a West Valley City handyman now faces a first-degree murder charge. Police say on May 28th, 30-year-old Jesus Valdez shot and killed Melvin Martinez, who was working on a neighbor's house. Valdez also faces charges of felony discharge of a firearm, as well as possession of a firearm by a restricted person.
New at 9, police in Murray are looking for a suspected bank robber. Take a good look at these photos. Investigators say this man wearing black clothing and a Monster Energy hat held up a teller at the Zions Bank in Murray just after 10 this morning. If you know who this person is, call Murray Police.
Coming up on Fox 13 News at 9.
A little girl in Kearns is lucky to be alive after a bullet grazed her while she slept. Why police say this could have been so much worse.
2 Idaho children were found dead in his backyard. Tonight, Chad Daybell enters a plea in court. What's next in the case?
Then, we'll just sing together. There is a place on the mountain ridge.
And you really can't stop the music, at least not in this choir teacher's classroom. How one high school teacher is bringing the arts safely back to school.
Hey, are you looking to upgrade your ride? Well, let me do all the legwork for you on Test Drive Tuesday. I'll evaluate a new vehicle each week on Fox 13's The Place.
Tuesday at 1 on Fox 13. Brought to you by your Utah Mazda dealers. Mazda, rediscover the road.
Utah restaurants are open, and they've taken extra measures to minimize your risk, including curbside pickup and expanded delivery options. They really need our support. It's good for you and good for Utah. I mean, we all gotta eat, right?
Ed Roderick Eats was inspired by the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and it was beautiful.
Oh, baby, you cast a spell on me. Soft, fluffy bun. Love that chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
Get the sandwich for just $3.99. Take it home or get it delivered.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
It's a Camp-demic at Paris RV. Check out the 2021 Salem 241 BHXL Bunkhouse Travel Trailer for only $24,995 or $265 a month, 0 down. Or the 2021 Stryker 2613 Toy Haul for only $39,995 or $399 a month, 0 down. Or the 2021 Conquest 6237 Class C Motorhome for only $58,995 or $499 a month, 0 down. Come to Paris RV for Utah's lowest prices and over 300 RVs in stock.
Awesome internet. It's more than just fast. It keeps all your devices running smoothly with built-in security that protects your kids, no matter what they're up to. Protects your info and gives you 24/7 peace of mind. That if it's connected, it's protected.
Here's what a treat.
Even that pet camera thingy. Can your internet do that? Xfinity XFi can, because it's simple, easy, awesome.
Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value. 2 of these for $6 every day. Like Monday, Saturday, Tuesday, all other days. Arby's, we have the meats.
Carlos Vela leads LAFC against Chicharito and the LA Galaxy. Incredible! Saturday at 6 Eastern on Fox.
If this were a normal NBA playoffs, the Utah Jazz would have played their first home game tonight here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Added on a couple months to the typical playoff season, right? But not much is normal this year, as you very well know. So instead, the Utah Jazz right now is in the bubble in Orlando. Fox 13's Haley Higgins looks at how the new playoffs are impacting small businesses here at home.
Well, if this was any other year, the playoffs wouldn't be in August. This plaza wouldn't be empty on the first home game of the playoff series, and the businesses inside wouldn't be struggling. For less than 6 months, Crystal Schofield's business, Float On, sold sweet treats at Vivint Arena on the so-called dessert row.
We were always busy, especially during the halftime. I mean, it was our first year, so we're still getting our name out there, but we were finally there.
She could count on making a couple $1,000s each game with gourmet ice cream floats and edible cookie dough.
We're excited for the playoffs because obviously more people are going to come, more exposure, more people we get to see.
Godly.
After 5 months, the games are back on. Jazz are in the playoffs, and the arena stays quiet.
Right now, the only people in the arena are the Jazz broadcasters.
Normally, the Jazz staff would be putting matching t-shirts on every seat. The plaza would host a party. And after a blowout win like today, celebration.
It would be much, much busier than it is today, unfortunately.
The arena holds more than 18,000 seats, filled usually by out-of-town guests. Hotel room occupancy is a big indicator on how other hospitality businesses, like restaurants, are doing downtown. Only 35% of the rooms are filled each night. Typically, that's closer to 80%.
Our hoteliers are hurting. And again, that translates to, a huge loss of business for the other businesses in and around the downtown area.
The Utah Office of Tourism expects a rebound to take a year before things are back to normal. Schofield isn't even sure what things will look like then.
I think that's the hardest part, is the unknown of the future.
Schofield also says she feels for the employees here at the arena who have not been able to go back to work. Reporting in Salt Lake City, Haley Higgins, Fox 13 News, Utah.
The Granite School District says it is trying to protect immunocompromised or at-risk teachers who are returning back to the classroom this year. Granite School District spokesperson Ben Horsley says the district set up a way for those teachers to anonymously request additional PPE as well as resources like extra desk guards. Horsley says those supplies are then sent directly to the teacher.
Everybody has some sort of unique circumstance, and we're certainly doing the best we can to make sure that we're providing not just them a safe environment, but a safe environment for everybody who walks into our buildings.
The district also says they are providing new N95 masks every day to those high-risk teachers.
School begins next week in the Jordan district. As Fox 13 Sydney Glenn shows us, it's not just the students who have those first day jitters.
As you walk inside Mountain Ridge High and you head down the hall, start listening.
Mountain Ridge rise, Mountain Ridge fight.
The music.
Mountain Ridge play with all your might.
Is coming from Mr. DeHaan's choir room.
Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around.
Last year, choir abruptly went virtual. Goodbyes were said through a screen. But come this Monday, it's time to meet once again.
I've been praying that it would be possible.
There will be temperature checks.
97.5, she is safe.
Questions.
And I'll ask her if she has any symptoms.
And assigned seating.
I've put pictures on the chairs so that they will know who else they are cleaning that chair for, because I want them to feel some ownership.
And then, with their masks on.
And then, we'll just sing together. There is a place on the mountain ridge.
Each note.
Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around.
Each verse.
But in time.
Bringing the music back into these students' lives.
It is important that these kids be doing the thing that gives them self-esteem and it gives them a sense of belonging. For a while.
In a time when everything is different, this room down the hall is going to sound just like it always has.
Being together and making music together gives these kids something that you can't label. A Mountain Ridge rise. I cannot wait to get started.
In Harriman, Sydney Glenn, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Sentinels go, Sentinels win.
Great story. Mr. DeHaan looks like a fun teacher, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, best of luck with this school year. I'll take a look at this. Yeah, very hazy outside today, all up and down the Wasatch Front. It's due to all the smoke coming from the wildfires, mostly along the West Coast in California. So when will we see better air quality? It may be affecting you today. Meteorologist Allison Krogan has our weekend first alert forecast. Hi, Al.
Hey, guys. Happy Friday. So
thank you.
If you've got plans this weekend, unfortunately, hiking probably not going to be the best activity if our air is similar to where it is today. And I'm not seeing much of a change in our upper level wind pattern. And that's what's ushering in all of that smoke. So our smoke analysis actually showing you that our air quality, or the smoke I should say, is a little bit thicker than it was earlier in the afternoon, so just a few hours ago. We have more parts of the state right now that have moderate smoke. So earlier today, it was a bit easier to breathe in southern Utah, a bit lighter smoke, but looking at our update right now, our analysis showing us we even have light smoke all the way down into southeastern Utah. So I wanted to differentiate our air quality by county plus the different things that I'm looking at. So starting with our particulate matter, our PM 2.5 currently. So Cache County and Davis County and Tooele County all still at the unhealthy level, the red level. Looking at Weber, Salt Lake, and Utah counties, those are all orange right now. So we do have unhealthy for sensitive groups in Salt Lake right now for our particulate matter, our 2.5 or PM 2.5. As far as ozone goes, this is a new refreshed map with the ozone colors. So this really depends on where you are, but this is more of an unhealthy for sensitive group. So this is at least an improvement from earlier this afternoon. But our upper level flow showing you that we've got this. Well, most of the wildfires, the worst air quality right now is in Northern California, and it's just being ushered into Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, and Colorado. So we head through the weekend as we look at the forecast for our upper level flow. We'll continue with that pattern through Saturday, and then I'm hoping by end of the weekend into Monday, look at this, our air starts coming out of the south, so hopefully we'll start bringing in some fresher air as we wrap up the weekend. We're going to have another hot day tomorrow. Today's highs ended up being 98 in Salt Lake, 94 in Provo, 96 up in Ogden earlier. It's a little more comfortable right now, but we did set or tie 4 records here across the state today. So 98 was our high. Our record, though, was 102. So we didn't quite set a record, even though we are above average by almost 10 degrees. And for tomorrow morning, that sunrise will be at 6:45. Right now, though, temps right now on your Friday evening, about 80 to 85 degrees, 70s up in the mountains. Pretty dry here across northern Utah right now. Just the haze is the big thing that we're dealing with. We did have a few scattered showers across southern Utah today, and I think we'll continue that chance through the weekend, maybe even into our valleys towards the middle of our 7-day forecast. But Wasatch Front tonight, Friday night, we're going to have those temperatures about 80 degrees through the rest of the evening and into tomorrow morning as you wake up. It'll end up being in the mid-70s, mostly clear and hazy with that sunrise at 6:45. Sunrise tomorrow morning here across the state. We'll talk 50s, 60s, and 70s. Most of you, though, 65 to 75 degrees as you wake up, just like the last few mornings, really. And for your Saturday afternoon forecast, those temperatures mostly 90 to 100 degrees. For St. George, 105 for Saturday and Sunday. About a 20% chance for some showers on Monday with overnight temps in the upper 70s. And for Salt Lake City on this Friday night, we're going to have those comfy temperatures overnight, and then daytime highs will be hot through Wednesday, upper 90s or close to 100, and for Thursday and Friday, mid-90s here in Salt Lake City.
Just a little bit of relief coming. Thanks, Allison. Still ahead, the Postmaster General was before lawmakers today, but did he deliver the answers they wanted to hear? What Utah Senator Mitt Romney grilled him on ahead of the November election.
And some thought it'd never happen in Utah County. Now we're just days away from a medical marijuana dispensary opening its doors there. We'll give you a look inside.
When Intermountain Healthcare wanted to improve energy efficiency at McKay-Dee Hospital, they turned to Rocky Mountain Power and the WattSmart program.
This was a collaboration between Rocky Mountain Power, our energy management group, and McKay-Dee Hospital.
We did a lot of little tweaks that made a huge difference in how efficient, how comfortable, how cost-effective we are.
The results? a partnership that improved patient comfort and delivered $130,000 in annual energy savings. To find out what we can do for you, visit wattsmart.com.
I have the best job in the world. I get to remind people of their grandmother's conchitas, give the little kids cookies, and celebrate birthdays with all our neighbors. Hopefully, we'll be part of this community for many, many more years.
It's time for the biggest sale of the year on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. You can adjust your comfort on both sides, your sleep number setting.
Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with Mom?
You got this.
So you can really promise better sleep.
Not promise, prove. And now all beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Everything changes the moment you're diagnosed with cancer. At Intermountain Cancer Center, we create a plan that gives you more of the moments that matter most, with experts dedicated to you. A team of caregivers who know why it all matters, and who fight with you to give you the best chance. Our experience means a better one for you.
We're hurting. Millions infected. Lives lost. Jobs lost. Businesses closed. Now's not the time to take away anyone's health insurance or unemployment. We need to come together, put our differences aside, rebuild our economy and our trust in each other. I'm Ben McAdams. I sponsored this message because we've got to do better. Put people before party and principle above politics.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
This is Fox 13 News.
Chad Daybell pleaded not guilty this morning to charges in connection with the deaths of J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan. He appeared in an Idaho court where a trial date was set for January 11th. It's expected to last 3 weeks. A pretrial conference was also set for December 10th. Daybell is facing charges of evidence tampering after the remains of his wife's 2 children were found on his property in June.
Utah Senator Mitt Romney was among several members of Congress who grilled the new Postmaster General today. His name is Louis DeJoy. He talked to lawmakers on a virtual hearing. DeJoy has been accused of slowing down mail delivery, also cutting overtime for employees. DeJoy denies changing Postal Service policy to impact election mail. He suspended planned policy changes ahead of the general election this week. DeJoy told Senator Romney today the Postal Service is fully prepared to handle election mail this year.
If people vote within 7 days of election, are they highly confident? Are you highly confident that those ballots would then be received?
Extremely highly confident. We will scour every plant the day, each night leading up to Election Day.
The Postmaster General's assurances and support of vote by mail stand in stark contrast to President Donald Trump's stance. The president claims mail-in voting will lead to fraud and could delay election results.
Coming up after the break.
The first week of school in one Utah district and 6 teachers are in quarantine.
We were hoping that it would take a lot longer for that to happen.
The plan to contain the spread and continue with class.
And some good news for Utah today.
The real foundation of why Utah is in this position is where we were when this whole thing started.
Encouraging unemployment numbers in the state, especially compared to the rest of the country, and why.
Why do homeowners love Woodside Homes?
There were all these different options for me to be able to make it mine.
Every detail seemed like it was very well thought out.
The price was fantastic. The Inspiration Gallery totally helped me choose, and we found exactly what cabinets we like.
The employees have been very helpful and straightforward.
They want you to be comfortable. They want you not to feel pressured.
We got a really spacious home for a great value.
Woodside makes it feel like a home.
Woodside Homes, better by design.
Going on now is the Larry H. Miller Buy Your Way Days sales event with a huge selection of new and used cars, trucks, and vans. Start browsing online, then buy online your way. Drop by your way. Or call your way. No money down, no payments for 90 days, or 0 interest. Buy your way and save big at all Larry H. Miller locations. LHMauto.com. Driven by you.
Just one drop. Oh! Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise. Of course!
Precise application, controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Ladies, check it out. So strong, so not ripped.
What are we talking about?
That's the Hefty Ultra Strong bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Give me the bag.
Get Hefty Ultra Strong at a low price.
Kia's annual summer sticker sales event is back. Come in and you'll find great deals on reliable cars and SUVs from the mass market brand named #1 in initial quality 6 years in a row, all backed by an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Visit your local Kia dealer and save. Hurry into Kia's summer sticker sales event to lease a specially tagged 2020 Sportage LX for $169 a month.
Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
Tonight, 6 teachers in the Carbon School District are now in quarantine after one of them tested positive for COVID-19.
This comes during the district's first week of school. Fox 13's Aaron Cox shows us what it means for students.
School did not officially start for students until Wednesday, and by that time, one teacher already knew she was sick. It's not often students walk into their first day of school without their assigned teacher there to greet them.
We were hoping that it would take a lot longer for that to happen.
On their third day of school, parents received this message from the school district. One Carbon High School teacher tested positive for COVID-19.
That the one teacher had some symptoms that made her feel uncomfortable coming to work. Thank goodness.
No students were exposed to COVID-19 from the teacher, but some of the other teachers were.
She did go to lunch with some of her colleagues on Monday. Now those colleagues are, at this point, not symptomatic at all.
Carbon County has 20,000 people living there, 9 schools within the district, 3,500 students, and 250 teachers.
A shift like this, going back to school, there's increased risk for the students and teachers.
Braden Bradford, the Southeast Utah Health Department director, says with students back in school, it makes it easier to trace COVID-19 contacts.
It doesn't mean there will be fewer contacts. In fact, there may be more contacts, but we understand their schedule or their extracurricular activities.
With extra precautions in place, being in school is what both Bradford and the Carbon School District has decided is best for students.
It does look different and it feels different. We're spending more time on sanitation than we ever dreamed we would.
The Carbon School District does have a plan set in place just in case they needed to shut down a classroom or shut down the school for 14 days. The plan allows for online learning and remote teaching, and that's exactly what these 5 teachers who are quarantined are going to do for the next 14 days. In Salt Lake County, Aaron Cox, Fox 13 News, Utah.
New at 9, a rally to call awareness to human trafficking and child exploitation has now been canceled after questions about ties to a fringe online conspiracy theory group.
Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes and Democratic Representative Angela Romero were scheduled to speak at the event. The AG's office says the event was to be put on by local groups that legitimately do work to battle human trafficking. But they want to reschedule to prevent public confusion with unassociated agendas and causes. The use of deadly force by Salt Lake Police earlier this year has been ruled justified.
This happened on January 8th when officers stopped a stolen vehicle near 1460 West North Temple. District Attorney Sim Gill says one of the officers tried using his taser on the 20-year-old driver before using his gun.
He fires 5 shots, 2 hit the suspect, 1 I believe in the leg and 1 in the arm area.
Tyler Webster is charged with assault on a peace officer, theft, and failure to respond to an officer. Get this, Unified Police say a bullet grazed a 6-year-old while she was sleeping in her own home in Kearns overnight. Police say they got a call just after midnight about shots fired in the 5200 block of Westlope Drive. Officers say it was the result of an argument at a neighbor's home.
Went through the house wall of the house next door, through the headboard of a little girl and her pillow, and ended up striking her in the foot. Luckily, minor injury to her foot, mostly bruising.
Wow. Sergeant Gray says this could have been a lot worse had the bullet been a couple inches in the other direction. She says 6 people were in the neighboring home when the gun went off, and they're still investigating who fired the gun and why.
Might seem a bit odd, but a medical marijuana pharmacy is set to open August 31st in Utah County. Officials with Deseret Wellness say this is a pain management and medical treatment facility and something a lot of Utahns need. 2 years ago, Utah voters said they want medical marijuana to be available.
No. This is medical marijuana. We use it as a treatment. It's to help treat specific diseases that the state's allowed us to treat. We're not here to get people high. We're here to treat their illnesses.
For the last 6-7 years, we've dealt with patients that are just needing another option, or they've been using cannabis in secret, knowing that it would work, but they wanted to be legal.
When Deseret Wellness opens at the end of this month, you'll need a medical marijuana card or a letter from your doctor just to go in the building. More than 8,200 Utahns have a medical marijuana card. A second Deseret Wellness pharmacy is set to open in Park City.
Still to come, it's now been 100 years since women got the right to vote, and now there's a brand new monument in Utah celebrating that achievement. Here's how you can check it out this weekend.
Joe Biden's campaign hoping to persuade Republicans to cross over and vote for him, and maybe vote for some other Democrats too.
And I'm meteorologist Allison Krogan. I am keeping an eye on your air quality since obviously that's top of mind with all that smoke out there. I'll have your forecast coming up.
At least we have that one done.
I'm already planning Christmas.
Would you grill like you drive?
Sorry, Mom. Were you up all night?
No.
I think Dad should cook.
Yeah, I got this. I need a little air. Fan me. Grill better. Drive better.
Summer's almost over, and so are the huge savings at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event. But there's still time to score great deals on every SUV and sedan, including more 2020 IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota. Plus, get complimentary maintenance and America's best warranty. Epic Summer Savings, now through Labor Day, only at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, or up to $3,250 total savings on the Santa Fe or Tucson. Only at your Utah Hyundai dealer.
You know boring drive-through fish sandwiches? Arby's just reinvented them in the form of this new beer-battered fish. Also, Arby's has beer now, kinda. Arby's, we have the meats.
If you need your loan for just a few days, Dollar Loan Center is here for you. 3 days, 6 days, 18 days, whatever it is. We only charge you for how long you need your money. It's that simple.
The weekend starts now.
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Now stop!
The redesigned 3-row GMC Acadia. We are professional grade GMC. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most 2020 GMC SUV models. Use it to get over $7,000 total value on this all-wheel drive Terrain SLT.
Fox 13 News is connecting you and your family to better health. Thursdays at 9 a.m. and 4. We'll feature the latest ways to live well and stay healthy. Healthier together with Regions. Thursdays on Fox 13 News. Brought to you by Regions Blue Cross Blue Shield of Utah.
You're watching Fox 13 News. Let's connect.
The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square's concerts have been canceled through the end of this year. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints made the call to avoid large public gatherings during the pandemic. Cancellations include the Christmas concert, the fall concert of the orchestra at Temple Square, and the November concert of the Bells at Temple Square.
A new monument has been unveiled in Salt Lake City, all to celebrate 100 years of the women's right to vote and 150 years since the first ballot was cast by a woman right here in Utah. The memorial features 4 doorways and quotes from women's suffrage leaders. The monument at the Council Hall building is right across the street from the Utah State Capitol. It's where the first women in Utah and America cast their ballot under an equal suffrage law.
It represents Seraph Young's first vote and the path forward from that vote through all of the legislation that was needed in the 20th century to expand voting rights, not only to women, but to people of color as well.
There is an open house celebration tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. More information can be found on our website, fox13now.com. Something to celebrate there.
Yes.
Well, Utah, as you likely know, is a very red state, but supporters of Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden are not giving up.
As Fox 13's Ben Winslow shows us, they're hoping to turn it purple by getting Trump supporters to vote for Joe Biden.
Joe Biden supporters are hoping to appeal to Utahns who disagree with a lot of President Trump's conduct and stances and hoping to help Democrats down ticket.
United, we can and will overcome this season of darkness in America.
Biden supporters in Utah are building off his Democratic nomination.
I think Utah is going to get behind it.
On a Zoom meeting that Fox 13 was invited in to watch, they strategized how to get Utahns to vote.
It's a totally get out the vote effort within the African American community here in Utah, because Black voters matter. And 100%.
And vote for Biden over Trump.
Our current president has not earned re-election, and he is an unacceptable role model for the children of Utah.
But Utah is still a very red state. In 2016, Trump won with 45% of the vote to Hillary Clinton's 27%. That was with the third-party candidate Evan McMullin also making big inroads at 21%. But President Trump hasn't polled as strongly as other Republicans in the past.
Now that they've seen Trump and what he's done as far as morality and as far as his vision, they feel that they need an alternative.
It's something Biden backers in Utah are counting on and hoping to court Republicans and independents who may be dissatisfied with the president.
We're hearing from not only a significant amount of Republicans and independents that never voted for a Democrat in their lives, but we're getting a lot of response from Democrats that either haven't voted or are frustrated because they feel like their vote is not going to make a difference in the country. And they realize that if we could turn the state purple and blend in, but more importantly, support people not by their party, but by their integrity.
And possibly vote down ticket for other Democratic candidates.
I think Utah is going to vote blue this year. And I think that has implications, of course, up and down the ballot.
Now, in response, the Utah Republican Party says it doesn't see Utah changing anytime soon, and it says after seeing Biden, it is confident President Trump will be reelected in November. In Salt Lake City, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Still ahead, Utah is rebounding well during the pandemic, but just how well do we fare against the rest of the country? We'll take a closer look at new unemployment figures.
And later in sports, some good prep football in the oven. It is Friday, mind you, and guess who's back just in time to go off against the Nuggets? Game 3 Jazz highlights in a bit.
Sean Porter, Sebastian Formella, Saturday, 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
RC Willey is now open in Layton. During our grand opening celebration, you'll find incredible savings in all Utah stores. Take advantage of Utah's best prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. Get 2 recliners for just $4.99. This dining set is $3.99, and this Beauty Rest Queen mattress is just $7.19. Visit the store nearest you and enter to win over $55,000 in prizes during our grand opening celebration. RC Willey, your home, your way.
My name Chris B, and I love Del Taco. Listen up, son, cause I'm about to rock yo world with my rhymes. It's about time to get some Del, so won't you bring 10 dimes? Crispy chicken, put it in a taco. Sell it for $1, then I'll make it hot. Yo, crispy chicken, put it in a taco. Sell it for $1, then I'll make it hot. Yo.
Del Taco's new crispy chicken taco is only $1. Only at Del Taco.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Here's some good Friday night news. The Department of Workforce Services has announced Utah is the best in the nation for unemployment right now during the pandemic.
Fox 13's Spencer Joseph spoke to an economist about why Utah has rebounded better than other states.
The Department of Workforce Services has announced our unemployment rate is at 4.5%, which is much lower than the national average of 10.2%. We also wanted to check in today with local businesses, so we stopped by Eva's Bakery to see how their rebound is going. New figures released show Utah isn't just rebounding from the pandemic. In fact, we're doing the best in the whole country in terms of unemployment. According to the Utah Department of Workforce Services, Utah has an unemployment rate of 4.5%, which is better than our nearest 2 competitors, Nebraska and Idaho. We are also second in the country for both job growth and private sector growth.
The real foundation of why Utah is in this position is where we were when this whole thing started.
Mark Nold is the Department of Workforce Services chief economist.
That's the way it's panned out. That starting point has just put us in a good position, even in the depths of the COVID-19 setback.
Even though we are still down for the year because of the pandemic, he thinks that we're on track to keep heading up.
Given no continued COVID setbacks in the fall and or the winter, we should be able to continue. By the time we get to the end of the year, we should be back to 0 or no job loss, possibly even moving on to the positive.
It was definitely heartbreaking for us to have to tell any of our employees not to come to work.
For businesses like Eva's Bakery, they're very grateful that unemployment insurance was there when it was needed for their employees.
Just making sure for us as a business to know that our employees will be okay and that safety net was there for them.
And while the numbers look good because of the baseline, for small businesses, it's also the community that has helped them rebound.
Even just as a small business owner, I feel like our customers have been almost like family.
And for Ashley and her husband, who own the bakery, they also hope we all can rebound soon.
Whether it's sitting down to have a cup of coffee, sharing a croissant, or having a glass of wine over dinner, like, it's never felt so missed.
The Department of Workforce Services also says that it's because of the federal aid that got here early. Utah used a lot of it, and even though there was job losses, the overall economy didn't suffer because of that federal aid. Downtown Salt Lake City, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Hey, happy
Friday night. Maybe not too happy with our air quality today, though. You may have noticed you've maybe had difficulty breathing. We do have air quality that is still either unhealthy or unhealthy for sensitive groups. So red means unhealthy, orange means unhealthy for sensitive groups. This is our data coming in from Purple Air. I just updated this 2 minutes ago, so it's our most recent information that we have. Down in Utah County, it's more of the orange to yellow level, and then once you get towards Salt Lake up towards the Idaho border, really has been bad across northern Utah today. So smoke analysis, this is really interesting. So we earlier today had moderate smoke just for the northern half of the state and western Utah, but we since then have updated, and now we've got more moderate smoke even into central Utah. As far as fires go, I think a lot of this is being carried from our upper levels from California, just quite a few wildfires over there, causing a lot of problems for air quality off to our east, or off to our west, excuse me. So the upper level winds will continue to transport smoke into the region. Smoky conditions will be possible over the next several days. A live look downtown right now. This is our Salt Lake Tribune camera. So facing east, you normally can maybe see the mountains off in the distance, probably not at night, but you couldn't even see them during the day today. It's 85 right now, clear and calm. Calm wind out of the north, the surface. Temperatures here across the state feeling great up in Logan at 77, 75 for Evanston, mid 80s for Ogden, Salt Lake, low 80s for Provo and Price, 90s still in Moab. St. George just out of that century mark at 99 degrees. So heading into the overnight hours, might see a few light showers across southern Utah, but the main story is going to be our smoke the next couple of days. For tomorrow morning here in Salt Lake City, we're going to have temps in the 70s as you wake up, and then by 9 a.m. back into the 80s. Sunrise forecast across Utah tomorrow, mostly 65 to 75 degrees into the 50s over in Park City. And an afternoon forecast will bring you to about 95 to 100 degrees. So what can we expect the next couple of days? I think we're going to keep things pretty dry this weekend with maybe a few light showers for the mountains. And I think there's a chance that we start bringing in some more moisture as we wrap up the weekend Sunday into Monday here across northern Utah. So we'll hope for that. We would need some rain here across the state. Salt Lake, we've hardly seen anything this month, depending on where you are, even in the Salt Lake Valley. Hazy for the next couple of days. For Monday, Salt Lake City 104. We will have that chance for a few isolated showers, and overnight temperatures will be in the upper 70s. I'm thinking that we are going to see our temperatures gradually cooling down as we enter the last part of our 7-day forecast. For Salt Lake City, we're going to have those temperatures close to 100 degrees tomorrow and Sunday. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up reaching 100 degrees. I wouldn't be surprised if that's our last triple-digit day of the year. We normally stop with triple digits at the end of July, but the latest that we've ever had one, I think September 8th. So early September is the latest we've ever had 100 degrees here in Salt Lake. By next weekend, I'm thinking we're going to be closer to average, hopefully low 90s into next weekend, but until then, above average.
The Jazz forced to go without Mike Conley for the first couple against Denver, but after witnessing the birth of his son, Conley, bless his heart, rushed all the way back to the Sun Belt, meeting all those required safety protocols just in time to join Utah back inside the bubble for Game 3. Conley making the start as well, with the winner Friday gaining the upper hand in his first-round series. If this is any indication, nice perimeter movement results in Conley spotted alone in the corner for the lead, leading to something special. Rudy Gobert underneath, Utah 25-14 after one. Conley kept firing. The Jazz knows who's hot because the veteran's going to pop right back out for another tray. This is for you, Elijah. Daddy loves you. The Jazz more than doubling up the Nuggets before the half. Gobert with 24 and 14, clearly outplaying Nikola Jokic this afternoon. George Niang leading the bench with 16, and it was a 16-point lead at the break before Utah outscores Denver 35-20 in the third. More Conley. They took the foul away, but after a week off, he returns to lead all scorers with 27, including 7 of 8 from the backwoods. Donovan Mitchell there adding 20 as the Jazz sail by 37. A huge playoff statement as the Jazz go up 2-1.
I've been here. I know that, the series can shift in so many different ways. We just got to continue to keep fighting, continue to be consistent, and play together and have fun while we do it.
Jazz Gaming also in the postseason, beating up Blazers Gaming tonight. Lottie camped corner, leaving the 10 in time to put the Jazz up 19. Splashy. And that Golden Fro leading the way with 20 as the Jazz sweep both games to advance into tomorrow's semifinal. BYU originally added a 6th opponent and 4th home game Friday with Western Kentucky set to visit Provo on Halloween. You may remember the Cougars edged out the Hilltoppers in the nation's best mascot poll over the spring. It'll be their first ever meeting, though, on the gridiron. And a couple of heavyweight high school battles tonight. This is Orem hosting East. Leopards in decent shape. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Will need to cough drop it right up. Zion Saleapaga with it. Then again, there's always karma. Very next play, another fumble. This time after the catch, Siona Velhahi to give it right back to East. East never did score, though. As for the Tigers, they did at home. Joe Smith moving those chains. Setting up this here, Josh Daly missed one earlier, not this time, from 22. Then next time down, Micah Fea quick hit Silas Segote as Orem blanks red 24-0. While Bingham had to wait a week for their debut after COVID canceled, the Miners opener struggling at mighty Skyridge. However, Colby Dule the sack. The Falcons up 28-7 at the intermission. Then right back to work offensively to begin the third. McKay Hilmstead here connects with Jack Hadfield, and then Hilstead later has Kai Keone for the touchdown. This was all Skyridge. Final score 35-7. We will be right back.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, you. Check out the Chevy Silverado. It's got more standard cargo volume than any competitor.
Really?
Look to your left. Come, check it out.
That's a good-looking truck.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That's a big bet.
Current eligible FCA owners get $6,750 total value on this Silverado Crew Cab pickup. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
A turkey bacon avocado sub on garlic parmesan bread, classic Lay's chips, an ice-cold Coke, and a chocolate chip cookie. It's a summer classic you won't want to miss.
Slice fresh sandwiches, poured of subs.
Pick and Pull would like to introduce you to Dr. Cash.
Doctor of everything green.
Because he just recycled his old junk car.
And I got cash.
Call Pick and Pull at 800-954-7714 and we'll give you cash for your junk car.
Just what the doctor ordered.
800-954-7714.
When you need a repair or service.
Call my buddy the plumber.
For heating, air, electrical, or plumbing.
Call my buddy the plumber.
With the highest rated customer satisfaction and often at 30% less than the competition, it only takes a second to get a free second opinion from My Buddy. Worried about keeping viruses out of your home? Call for a free air quality analysis and take 30% off any air quality products you need. Call My Buddy.
For all your home's needs, call someone you know you can trust. My Buddy the plumber.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty, or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Get $1,500 cash back on the all-wheel drive RAV4. For other great deals, visit Toyota.com. Toyota.
My name is Cynthia Hawkins, the owner of Hawkins House of Burgers. My grandparents came here in 1939, and we've been serving this community for over 80 years. My dad always said, take care of your community and they will always take care of you. And they have done so, through the ups and through the downs. My name may be on this building, but this place belongs to all of us.
We're hurting. Millions infected. Lives lost. Jobs lost. Businesses closed. Now's not the time to take away anyone's health insurance or unemployment. We need to come together, put our differences aside, rebuild our economy and our trust in each other. I'm Ben McAdams. I sponsored this message because we've got to do better. Put people before party and principle above politics.
You won't find a selection like this anywhere else. Just Paris RV.
Wow, new students at the University of Utah Law School got an unexpected surprise today. U.S. Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch popped into their final day of orientation during a Zoom call What a Zoom bomb, huh? He encouraged students to persevere as they start their careers during the pandemic.
Boy, they will never forget that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Very
very
neat.
cool.
Well, it's Friday night, so enjoy the rest of it and have a great weekend.
Quick Cast up next.